Trenches, St Eloi by T.E. Hulme, 1883 to 1917. Abbreviated from the Conversation of Mr TEH. Over the flat slopes of St Eloi, a wide wall of sandbags, night. In the silence, desultory men pottering over small fires, cleaning their mess tins, to and fro from the lines. Men walk as on Piccadilly, making paths in the dark through scattered dead horses over a dead Belgian's belly. The Germans have rockets. The English have no rockets. Behind the line, cannon hidden, lying back miles. Beyond the line, chaos. My mind is a corridor. The minds about me are corridors. Nothing suggests itself. There is nothing to do but keep on. Okay, this is a poem by T.E. Hulme. Hulme was a British poet. He was born in Staffordshire to a wealthy family, and he went to Cambridge, but he was sent down. He went to St John's College, Cambridge, but he was sent down for bad behaviour, and he finally finished his studies at University College London. After that, he travelled to Canada. He had tried to make a living as a farmer, but it was too much like hard work. He worked as an auctioneer. He worked in the pottery trade, and then he went to the First World War, and in 1917 he was killed. A shell came down and blew him to pieces. Let's see, Hulme is important as a poet because he's the beginning of imagism. It's the beginning of modernism, and he's changed away. He's changing poetry away from this idea of romantic poetry about the infinite, about the grandeur of the world, about the beauty of nature, and he's trying to he sees man as something much more limited, not something fantastic, raised to great heights by God. Is something limited, something fallen, something down to earth, a creature that needs to eat, a creature that needs warmth, a creature that is flawed, is fatally flawed, and he sees that men are very limited things, or limited creatures, limited and restricted, and humans, or man is mixed up with the earth. Man is part of the world that he lives in. Anyway, this is a poem. This is I think his only poem about the First World War, where he was killed. They define him as a war poet, but he didn't write really poetry about war. And this poem was copied down while he was in hospital, recovering from a wound. And they say that this poem was written down by Ezra Pound, abbreviated from the Conversation of Mr T.E. Hulme, TEH. Over the flat slopes of St Eloi, a wide wall of sandbags, So this is setting the scene. There are wide flat slopes in this place called St Eloi, which is near Ypres in Belgium. And this is a place where many people were killed. And there's a wide wall of sandbags. And it's night. And in the silence, desultory men pottering over small fires, cleaning their mess tins. So desultory is without purpose, without a clear plan, not really very interested, with little effort. So this desultory is saying that these people are a bit depressed. They're not motivated, and they're pottering over small fires, cleaning their mess tins. The mess tin is the tin that you eat from, and they're doing almost domestic duties over the fires, and they are preparing food, or doing the household chores. To and fro from the lines, men walk as on Piccadilly. So people are walking backwards and forwards to the line, back from the line, and this is the front line. This is the middle of the wall, but it's as if they are in Piccadilly. They're walking here and there. It's almost as if they're looking at the shops. They are looking at the posters for the theatres, and they're walking about as if they were walking about in Piccadilly. It's almost this microcosm of British life, making paths in the dark. And this is where the poem suddenly changes. Through scattered dead horses, over a dead Belgian's body. And this is showing the reality that this is a place full of dead horses. Dead horses have been scattered here and there. And there's the body of a dead Belgian, of somebody who clearly lives in that area, or who lived. And they are walking over this person. So it's almost like normal life in the midst of hell, in the midst of horror, in the midst of dead horses and dead locals. This is showing that people are almost unaffected by the horror. They're unaffected by this situation. They don't notice the horror. And now we have the reality. The Germans have rockets. The English have no rockets. So the Germans are firing at them, and this is the reality. The English have no rockets to fire back. Behind the line, cannon hidden, lying back miles. So the British do have cannons, but they're so far back that they can't fire, and the British are not firing their artillery. Beyond the line, in front of them, chaos. This no man's land of craters, of destruction, of death. And this is for them the reality. They're being shot at, but they don't have anything to fire back. The generals, the army is doing nothing to look after them. They're not bringing up the artillery. And in front of them is sheer chaos. And these people are going to have to advance, to attack into this chaos. And it's as if they are lost. They don't, that nobody cares about them. And this is the reality of their lives. My mind is a corridor. The minds about me are corridors. So this is the life of a soldier. It's completely restricted. It's without possibilities, that they can only go straight ahead. There is nowhere to escape. Nothing suggests itself. There is nothing to do but keep on. So these are like the halls, a hall of a hospital or of a mental asylum. They're trapped, and there is nowhere to escape to. The only thing they can do is to move forward, probably towards their deaths. And this is the only way. This is the only path to follow this corridor, which allows no freedom. And this, I think, is also perhaps part of this idea of T.E. Hulme, that very often in our lives we don't have this freedom. We need to follow the realities of the situation, to obey the rules of the situation. And in this case, the lives of the soldiers, these are a corridor. They have no choice. They have to do their duty. They have to follow their orders into this chaos in front of them. And there is nothing to do but just to carry on. So, the Trenches, St Eloi by T.E. Hulme.